What's up guys, I'm James, welcome back to the Great Gambino channel. Today we're going to take a look at my father-in-law's vintage Omega piece that I had a chance to check out during a recent visit. If you do end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing or clicking that like button, as it really does help me out and motivates me to keep moving this channel forward. Opening up this vintage red box, we see that classic mid-1960s Omega Seamaster. I'm not positive if this is the correct box to the piece. He had a few vintage Seamasters and I grabbed the box just to have something for the presentation. But let's remove it so we can take a closer look. I actually owned a very similar model a ways back that I returned because the 34mm case felt too small. As my style has changed, I now regret not holding on to it, and having access to this piece has actually made me start looking into repurchasing one for myself. I placed an eBay bid on one from this time period, but unfortunately I did not win the auction. It's probably for the best as we get temporarily excited by the watches we come in contact with. I think at this point I'm going to hold on and see if the excitement wears off, because the chances are I'll probably have my eye on a different watch in a few weeks. You guys know how that goes. This piece has a case diameter of 34mm. Lug to lug is going to be 42mm. Changing out the band, you'll need an 18mm band, and it has a case thickness of about 10mm, including the glass. The Omega logo is stamped in the crown, and the edge is coined for grip during winding. In this shot, we can see that beautifully aged and domed acrylic. The case is finished with a gold-plated top and has nice curved lugs for a better fit on the wrist. I believe this version was also made in a full stainless steel and solid gold model. Now this strap is not original, it's one I happen to have on me during the trip. Flipping around to the back is solid stainless steel with that famous seahorse logo embossed into the case. The seahorse made its first appearance in 1958, and it's still used in some models at the time of making this video. I believe the logo should be surrounded by text that reads waterproof, but it looks to have been worn off from regular use. The off-white color to the dial has an almost champagne look to it, and we can see that there's some aging to the right edge by the date. It looks fantastic and definitely adds to the characteristic of the piece. You know that it's been worn through the decades and it has history. It looks very classy with the gold trim hour markings and thin baton hands. In addition, there's an applied Omega logo by the 12 o'clock, the Seamaster text above the 6, and a very small Swiss-made marking just below the 6. It's very faint, but you can also make out the tiny little minute indicators between the hours. Now the movement inside of this piece is going to be a 24 jewel Swiss Omega 565 that gives you the option of automatic or self-winding. Here's a side-by-side shot next to an American quarter to give you a better representation of the scale. And here's a shot of my 6.75-inch wrist. Keep in mind, the camera makes the watch look much bigger than it actually is. This is definitely a smaller watch than you would find present day in retail, but like I said earlier, when I started collecting watches, this size would have felt too small. Through the years, my opinion has definitely changed, and nowadays I would be more than confident with a dress watch size between 34 to 36mm. I feel it looks perfect on a wrist of my size. But let me cut to some outdoor shots so I can show you that natural light reflection. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this vintage 1960s Omega Seamaster review. I definitely look forward to adding a similar piece to my collection in the near future. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.